ever since the rumor that Need the Hate would have made very popular that there are Xbox games coming to PlayStation, these ponies are out here feeling themselves. Look at these ponies thinking that they are Dr. Huxtable. Look at these guys.
Shut up!
They're shouting at dogs. They're feeling powerful. They're posing in their suits. Look at this. These ponies ain't no Dr. Huxtable. These ponies are hungry, literally hungry, because they have no games to play in 2025 thus far. I mean, it's looking very, very, how to say, sparse on the PlayStation side. Now, the Xbox community, however, we are eating because there is game after game after game coming.
Alright, bro, that's enough. Alright, bro, that's enough. Can I get another plate? God damn. Can I get another plate? Please.
Yes, we are eating until our belly bursts. Here we have Reforge Gaming, however. And notice what he's saying about the Xbox community when it comes to my Marvel rivals.
This is devastating, yo. Hottest game right now, one of the hottest PvP games right now. 54 million Steam, 27 million PlayStation, 2.7 million on Xbox. I mean, if this is even remotely close to accurate, I mean, buddy, that's holy mackerel. You got to imagine infrastructure, production, and development cost for a game to go to a platform to pull that significantly less amount of revenue. This is the hottest game right now.
And here is why these ponies always try to get a win off of things like these. You see, Reforge needs to shut up because he's not giving context to any of the things that he's reporting on. Number one, Reforge, the Sony community had nothing to play during those months. I mean, if you are hungry like you guys are and only given rice, what do you think would happen? You guys would eat rice until it comes out of every orifice. But if it is you are given ham, lamb, and jam, even a whole farm, think about it. Obviously, if we are given rice, we won't be eating just rice. We'll be eating everything else that is given. Is that a clear analogy for you, Reforge? Yes, the PlayStation community did not have anything playing when Marvel Rivals came out. All they had prior to that was Lego Horizon, which tanked. No one bought it on the PlayStation side because these guys don't normally play that. And Astrobot, with an install base of over 70 million console, only 2 million bought that game. Wow, this is what I am saying, that you guys had nothing to play.
Police! Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help!
Now, on the other hand, what did Microsoft gamers have to play? Although Marvel Rivals came out on December the 6th, notice how many games Xbox players was playing around that time period. We had Stalker 2, a game that sold over 1.5 million in about 2 or 3 days. Wow. In addition to that, we had Flight Simulator, a game that set graphical records throughout the industry, and also Indiana Jones. This game won so many Game of the Year. It won Graphics of the Year from Digital Foundry. I mean, we had games to play. So obviously, if it is, there are so many games to play that other games would be put on the back burner. It's important to note as well that all the games I just quoted, they are charted. Every last one of those games charted. It did well. And you see, these guys are not going to give context at all, so I will do it. Even Marvel Rivals charted. So think about it. We had so many games to play. In addition to playing Marvel Rival, we have the evidence to show that it charted. It was in the top 5 consistently during the time it was released. So although Reforge will paint a picture like if Xbox fans are not playing the games or supporting the games, the facts does not care about your roasted coffee beans, Reforge. The facts does not care about what type of hairspray you use or how much you look like Jimmy Neutron. The facts don't care about those things. The facts is the facts. The facts is that Xbox gamers had a lot of games playing around the time Marvel Rivals released, and that's the facts. Today, however, we are going to show that Sony is basically doing the same thing that Xbox is doing by putting their games on to other platforms. Although the PlayStation community don't want to admit it as yet, the facts will slap them in their face and make them come to reality. So you know what? Let's get it!
This is a sickness!
Let's get it. So guys, before we continue the video, if this type of content interests you, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. We give you great Xbox news, great Xbox content, and of course, we give you that Sony pony salt. Don't buy any salt in the grocery. Come here. We give you the purest form of Sony pony salt. It makes your bones stronger. It makes you run faster. So if this type of content interests you, please consider subscribing today. Now let's get back to the video. Just recently, a rumor came out that Microsoft is going to put Halo Master Chief Collection both on the PlayStation 5 and on the Switch 2. Now, although this rumor is not confirmed as yet, let me just say that if it is true, Microsoft is a genius. Yes, Xbox and the team there are geniuses. Now, why would I say something like that? Now, let's think about it. The Halo Master Chief Collection came out in 2014. That is more than a decade ago. And if you were an Xbox fan, or if you are an Xbox fan and you wanted that game, you most likely would have bought that game years ago. So Microsoft would have exhausted everyone who wanted that game maybe 5 years ago. But bringing this game back to other platforms, this decade-old game to other platforms, what Microsoft would have done is they would have increased their revenue for older games, and they are giving these guys games that they are not accustomed playing. We know that the PlayStation community are starved. They are starved for good multiplayer game. That is why Helldivers 2 did so well. We also know that the Nintendo fan base, they don't have a good shooter. So by using this decade-old game to sell on these other platforms, Microsoft is increasing their profits, increasing any overheads, and also giving more incentives to bringing games to Game Pass, because they have this additional revenue stream coming in from games that were made more than a decade ago. Wow! So again, Microsoft, they are geniuses. Now, when it comes to PlayStation, the PlayStation community will not admit that Sony is doing everything just like Microsoft. I mean, look at this. Who could tell me that a PlayStation Studio game or a PlayStation affiliated game are not going to other platforms? Then what would we do with this list? What to do with this list, ponies? Are these games not coming to Xbox or the Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch 2? Let me know, ponies, if I am lying or making these things up.
Acceptable condition! Unacceptable!
Shut up, you pony. I'm speaking. As I said before, but it's not ending there. You see, when it is Nate the Hate came out with the rumor that some of these games are going to other platforms, there is another thing he said that the PlayStation community, they are not talking about. You see, he also said that there were games that were traditionally exclusive to PlayStation coming to Xbox. Yeah, buddy. If you don't believe me, listen to this article.
Much requested Square Enix ports will finally be announced for Xbox and Switch 2, it's claimed. Final Fantasy titles are reportedly coming to Xbox and Nintendo Switch 2. PlayStation exclusive Final Fantasy games will soon be announced for Xbox and Nintendo platforms, it's claimed. That's according to the previously reliable Nate the Hate podcast, which claims that Square Enix could share the news as soon as Xbox's Developer Direct live stream later this month. According to the podcast sources, Final Fantasy VII Remake, which has long been available for PS4, PS5, and PC, will finally be released for Xbox in 2025, followed by its sequel, Rebirth, in 2026. Both of these titles will also be released for Nintendo Switch 2, it's claimed. According to Nate the Hate, the PlayStation 5 exclusive Final Fantasy XVI could also be released for Xbox this year. A PC port of that game was announced last month and will release on January 23, the same day as Xbox's Developer Direct. The game that's going to be announced finally is Final Fantasy XVI, they said. Finally, Final Fantasy XVI will be announced for the Xbox platform, and I suspect it's going to be very similar to what we had with Death Stranding. I think it will be a shadow drop. Playable right away following the presentation, with both expansions, and hopefully at somewhat of a discount. They continued, I think they're going to go one step beyond. I think following the announcement of Final Fantasy XVI we will see Square Enix confirm that Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will be coming to Xbox. My speculation is that this announcement will take place during the Developer Direct. But I can confirm that Remake and Rebirth will be coming to Xbox. Final Fantasy VII Remake will be released in 2025, Rebirth will follow in 2026. These games will also be coming to Nintendo Switch 2. The director of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth recently said he wants to see the remake trilogy appearing on more platforms, and specifically praised the Xbox platform. Previously, Final Fantasy producer Naoki Yoshida said he'd like to release Final Fantasy XVI on Xbox platforms.
Isn't that funny? I just showed a number of PlayStation Studio games or PlayStation affiliated games coming to other platforms, including Xbox. And we are just seeing a once exclusive, the pride of PlayStation, Final Fantasy. They are all coming to Xbox as well. So when these ponies are out here galloping and saying that here what, the whole slate is coming, guess what? Your whole slate would be coming too, because it's very clear that Sony is saying that you guys are not enough. Square Enix is saying you ponies are not enough. You guys didn't buy enough copies, so we need to put it on multiple platforms. It's very clear that multiple platforms is the way of the future. The industry is saying that, not just Xbox. So let me hear what you thought about this video today. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment sections below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.